story of how we all met. Well, I won't tell you the whole story. Don't start laughing at me. But first I'm going to sing a song, because it's what I do. This is just one I wrote recently, so if I forget the words, I'll just go, la la. Oh, the sky is a lonely shade of blue. Ask me how I know, 'cause I see it and I see you. It's been so long since I felt you beside me. Still I think of you so tenderly. Too bad it's only in my dreams. Even if it didn't last, it could hold me for a while. I'm sad and cold. You were happy and your heart was warm. Now I'm standing here inside the storm. You're a million miles away. What happened in that moment? I said no. I must have been crazy out of my mind. Young and afraid, I just didn't know how to find the right road. You were so full of hope and love for me. I wish I could feel that again. Looking ahead, I thought I was right, but I'm missing you tonight. And I'm staring at the end, wishing I could stay. If just to see you and to tell you how I cherish you. But it's over and I know that's true. Guess I'm still a dreamer deep inside. What happened? Yeah, okay, please. God, I just got that thing. You know, a couple of friends said, Diane, you should write something down that you're going to say tonight. I'm like, why would I start doing that now? It's all up here, my notes. Back in 1971, I know, when I was about 4, I was playing at a little club in New York City called the Gaslight. And the manager of the club placed a call to this certain singer that we all know, Janis, Siegel. And he said, you probably ought to come down here and hear this woman sing. So Janis and her friends, who were in a band called Laurel Canyon at the time, took the A train, or whichever train it was. The D train, that's right, I should remember that. And came down to the club, and it was sort of love at first sight, you know, at first listen maybe. So then I went to hear them sing, and I said, you know, you should come to Nashville and record with me. So they did. They came down and recorded with me in the spring of 1972. Well, we decided to tour that record. You know, back in those days, you toured that record. You know how that is. And so we were on the road, and we were in New York City. Again, with New York, I don't know what it is. I better stay away from there. I got in a little bit of trouble there a couple of times. So I was in my hotel room. I'm sorry, I'm going to tell a little bit of a story here, David. I hope you don't mind standing there. And there was a knock on my door. Knock, knock, knock. You know what a knock sounds like. Don't you hate it when people do that? Like you're too stupid to know what a knock sounds like. And the door opened, and it was our conga player, Philip Royster, who's like one of the greatest percussionists that ever walked the face of the earth. He said, hey, Diane, I want you to meet somebody. I said, what, you just bring somebody off the street in New York to my hotel room? Okay. He said, I was coming back from the gig, and of course there were a bunch of us, and he had a lot of drums, so we made him ride in a taxi by himself. And he said, I struck up a conversation with this cab driver, and I want him to meet you, because I told him that, you know, you're a singer and he should meet you. And I said, cool. And his name was Tim Hauser. He was driving a cab. The original incarnation of Manhattan Transfer had been gone for a little bit, but that fire always burned in Tim. God, we miss him. Anyway, so I said, well, you should meet my friends, the other singers. So that's the night that Janis and Tim met. In about a week or so, was it? A week or two, a month later, they were in the studio. And that was the birth of the Manhattan Transfer. So I'm awfully glad I answered the door that night, because I was probably in there smoking dope or something. Probably was. Don't you think? Yeah. And I know they were down the hall. So a family show. Well, we smoked dope. I mean, it's legal in some places now. Not in Tennessee, though. I can't even get that oil to help my back. That's not right. So anyway, you know, zoom to the 80s, okay? And this is a picture I'm sure they've seen. I don't know if you have. This was when I was doing a gig out at the Boardwalk Cafe on Nolensville Road. It was a hopping club, and the band was in town doing a gig, and they came and sat in with me. And there's our dear Tim, and of course all the other ones that are here tonight. Y'all get to talk to them. Over the years, my love for Janis has only grown. And as I've gotten to know the other members, my love for them has also grown, because not only are they the most incredibly talented musicians and singers, they are also some of the most wonderful people I'm blessed to have in my life. And though I don't get to see them as often as I'd like to, every time, it's a joy and it's a gift to me. I'm so glad that you all decided that this was a time for them. And I told them when I got up to come back here, I said, ooh, I hope you win. Sure enough, see? It worked. I would actually like to ask them to come up, please. The Manhattan Transfer. Yes.
Oh, I love you all so much.
Me too, girl.
Come here. How you doing? Oh, I'm so proud of you. See, you won. I knew you had it.
Okay, so I don't have to like scrunch down on my trifocals here. They've kindly put this inscription on a piece of paper in big font like they knew me, right?
Like it's the over 45.
Yeah, so, oh, it's right up there too. Is that the correct stuff?
I think it is.
Okay, this is pretty cool right here. I want one. Presented to the members of the Manhattan Transfer in recognition of their enormous contributions to the advancement of the jazz art form, the preservation of the Great American Songbook, and the pioneering use of vocalese as a global tool of musical inspiration and appreciation. National Music Council American Eagle Award, June 28th, 2018. Congratulations, you deserve it.
Thank you very much. This is really quite an honor. We want to thank the National Music Council for this. We as well appreciate all the work that they do. And NAMM as well to instill, to bring music education forward, you know, and also to help in the fight for intellectual property for writers, songwriters, musicians, so important. We accept this also on behalf of the founder of Manhattan Transfer, Tim Hauser. And there are so many people that were also connected. This has been a very long journey. Also, Laurel Massey, Pat Rosalia, Marty Nelson, Aaron Dickens, Jim Stilly. So thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for this. We're very deeply honored to receive this. Thank you.
I just want to say that the lesson here, I think, is that you never know what's going to happen. And that you should follow any lead, any risk, any way your heart tells you to go. Open the hotel room door. That's the lesson.
Congratulations for your award with the National Music Council and your American Eagle Award. Congratulations. These guys and ladies have been wonderful friends to us. I hate to say it, but I grew up on their music. And I had the privilege of being able to travel and sing with one of the best a cappella groups there is out there. And they're all such wonderful people. And congratulations, your victory is our victory. What you gain for your accomplishment in music, all of us share, and we want to share that celebration with you. Congratulations, y'all deserve it, way to go. And you know we're always here for you. Joey Kipper, Take 6.
I want to share a note that somebody very special sent to me before the awards tonight. She writes, "Dear David, I wanted to let you know how proud and happy I am that my musical hero and dear husband was chosen to receive this prestigious award. Thank you so much for recognizing and honoring his amazing artistic achievements. He continues to inspire me after 46 wonderful years together with his unwavering passion and dedication to his non-stop creative pursuits. He works at keeping the music fires burning bright pretty much 24/7. He still says how much he loves writing, playing the piano, both solo and creating with other artists, and most of all, making others smile and feel uplifted from his music. That is his reward," he says. "I am with you in spirit for tonight for sure. Tell him I am always perched on his shoulder, which is the best seat in the house." Signed, Gail Brand, Korea. And I believe she's watching. There's someone else who couldn't be with us here tonight that also wanted to send greetings to our next honoree from a very noisy place, but I think you'll be able to understand what he's saying.
Hi, Chief. It's Nam here. Congratulations on this amazing American Eagle Award. Wow, what a work. I really wish that I'm there with you and with your wonderful wife. And I just want to send all my love to you. And I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you as your friend, as your concert partner. We did an amazing tour together last year. I remember every second being with you. And love you very much. And congratulations. Love from London.
Our next presenter is an internationally renowned flautist and one of the few classical artists who has mastered jazz, pop, and R&B genres, moving effortlessly from one repertoire to another. He's appeared as a soloist with the New York Philharmonic under Zubin Mehta, with the orchestras of Los Angeles, Dallas, Chicago, Cleveland, Amsterdam, Japan, and Detroit. He gives annual performances at Carnegie Hall. He's appeared at the Montreux, Playboy, and Cool Jazz Festivals. He's performed with the Modern Jazz Quartet at the Hollywood Bowl and has won 3 Grammy nominations. His studio work includes collaborations and recordings with such artists as Quincy Jones, Miles Davis, Herbie Hancock, Chick Corea, Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, Freddie Hubbard, Paul McCartney, Paul Simon, Aretha Franklin, Lena Horne, Sergio Mendes, Bob James, Carly Simon, Clark Terry, Leonard Bernstein, and he's still found time to be with you here tonight. Please welcome Hubert Laws.
Good evening. Familiarity breeds contempt. Is that really true? Not in my case. In my relationship with this wonderful musician I'm about to tell you about. Actually, the familiarity with this honoree began back in 1960. We actually met at the Juilliard School of Music, and I told Chick when I saw him here this evening, this is sort of a surprise, and he didn't know I was going to do this. At least we're not supposed to know. Chick and I met at the Juilliard School of Music, and you know that institution was formerly known as a classical institution. But Chick somehow or another put together a group of musicians that included me, fortunately, because it was always, so I told him he's an institution himself. And I'll tell you how that's so. When you start an area of learning that encompasses what this music is,